And we're back at the Pokemon League, which is not where we were last time, but I need to be here to switch around my team. I have my full party with me right now, and we have quite a few things to do. One thing I will point out is there's Grimer in this water, which is also available on, wait for it, this route. So, Route 16, 17, and 18. There's nothing back there but a house and some grass, okay? We're not going to go back. But on Route 16, 17, and 18, there are 3 new encounters that I have to talk about. I don't really have to talk about because they're really bad at the point they come anyway. But one of them is Slugma. Slugma is a fire type to start and evolves into a fire rock type. Terrible type, weak to water and ground. It's just, its stats aren't great. It doesn't do a lot. It's overall one of the worst fire types in the game, and that's very sad because Flareon is in it, so he even gets beat by Rapidash, which is just terrible. It learns some interesting moves, but overall its move pool is kind of eh. But it's not very good. It's slow. It gets trashed. It's trash. Yep. Moving on. Grimer could also be found in Celadon, but it could be found on Route 16, 17, and 18, which I said earlier. Excuse me. But Grimer's pure poison, evolves into muck, becomes a kind of a special defense type wall. It's decently strong. It's kind of like the opposite of Wheezing in a way, if you want to see it that way. Though, in this game, I recommend Wheezing because you can catch it all the way back in Johto. Here, it's not really worth waiting for. It's decent, but it's definitely not the best poison type you could pick up. So, I don't recommend it. The next one, only found at night, is Murkrow, a flying dark type, an interesting type. The problem with it is it's a little lackluster in the stats, which isn't really a big deal because, I mean, it's pretty close to what my Kingdra stats are. Except it's not all around, I guess I should say. But its special attack and attack are matching, so it could use its dual typing pretty well. I believe they're base 85 stats. And I know its speed is 91 base speed, which is decently fast. It'll do you well. But the problem is that it comes so late, and at this point, if you were waiting for a flying type, you had Dodrio, you had Skarmory, which is another one. You had access to Dragonite if you were waiting. Like, at this point, the flying type is kind of crowded with really good ones, and Murkrow kind of sits on the level of Fearow. And not super good flying types, just not great. And overall, I couldn't recommend it just because it appears so late. Maybe if it would appeared somewhere, it would make sense. And this also brings up an issue I have with Johto versus Kanto here, which, oh my god, he's going back to this. And I am because I like stating the problems of these games. So, my biggest issue, not biggest, one of my biggest issues, is that a lot of Johto Pokemon are Kanto exclusive, oddly enough. Murkrow being one of them. Slugma, we just stated too. Larvitar. Houndour. They are all technically Kanto exclusive because you can't catch them. You can't find them. They fix it in the remake somewhat, but even then, some of them are still very easy to catch in Kanto in comparison. And it's just a huge problem because when you go to a new region, you expect to be surrounded by new Pokemon and some old ones, you know, fan favorites, I understand. But I don't want to see Machokes when I could see Conquerors instead. That was weird how I said that. Oh, I battled you already? Is that really it? I thought there was more. I think I missed them. We're Fearless Highway Stars. Alright. But it's just kind of like, why do you have Johto Pokemon over here? I understand the fact Grimer's over here. It makes sense. It's a Kanto Pokemon, but I don't know. I just felt like Murkrow could have probably appeared in Ilex Forest. Would have been a really cool pick there. What else? Slugma, I'm not sure where it would have gone. I actually don't even understand why it's placed there. I guess Mount Mortar could have worked. But even then, I'm not sure. Slugma is just a garbage Pokemon anyway, so I don't really care. And then Larvitar, I could totally see it being in the basement of Mount Mortar instead of the two places it's at, which is the Celadon Game Corner and Mount Silver, which we don't have access to. I forgot to switch my lead. I just realized as the experience bar goes to level 46. Or coming close. But overall, I just don't like the issue of having Johto be exclusive to Kanto. It doesn't make sense to me. Especially since I really like Murkrow. And Honchkrow. Honchkrow is cooler, but Murkrow is just fun. I do have my full team, as I said. And the reason is we're just going to be battling a bunch of trainers. Now, we are actually going to do this. Really? It's ramped even down here? We're going to do this. I need to get to Fuschia. Can I avoid you? Nope. I guess we'll just clear this and then go back up top and see if I missed any of the hikers. Ugh. Motorcyclists or, what else would they be called? Nah, it's just cyclists, isn't it? Oh man, it's been a while since I've used Melting. And by a while, I mean like 3 parts when I murdered the electric type gym leader. Lieutenant Surge. So, one of the things that's going to be going on is we're going to be fighting a bunch of Kanto trainers. And it's not going to take that long because, well, there's not a lot of them. There's not even half of what there was in the original game, so this is not going to take long at all. I won't be doing Fuschia Gym for a little bit because I want to clear all the routes up to Lavender Town, so I'm going to be making a giant U, and it's going to take a part and a half or so. But we'll get there pretty fast because we're one-shotting everything. So, one of the things I also have to bring up is something I have to do soon, along with showing off every Kurt Apricorn Pokeball location, which I'll get to one of these days. It's not very necessary right now because I'm not going to go catch the legendaries yet. Or the 2 legendaries, the stationary ones. But one of the things I do need to do is I need to revamp my phone system because I have 2 useful ones, being the Leaf Stone in Picnicker Gina, I want to say, and Schoolboy Allen has the Firestone. Okay, we're in Fuschia, that's all I need. Celadon. But those are the 2 that gives me Leaf Stone and Firestone. And the rest of them don't really do much. One gives me a berry, which I'm not going to use. The other one is... most of them are just rematches that I don't need. And being that rematches don't get better in this game, it's not very useful. So, I'm going to try and fix that. Probably in the coming parts. I'm going to show you where you can get a Thunderstone in case you need it. Was this really it? I went down here for nothing. But, and also where you can get a Waterstone, which is somewhat important because that's how you get into Ruins of Valve. So, moving on, we're going to cut through Fuschia. There's some stuff to see here, like the not finished Safari Zone if you want to glitch through it. But we're just going to go straight this way. I hate this fucking sound, by the way. Get me into a trainer battle now. Like, they somehow ruined that song. It's one of my favorites. Kip! Yeah, Voltorb. It's been a while since we killed one of your family. I guess we will add another one. But we are now on route 15? Is it 15? Or is this... this can't be 16 because that's Cycling Road. This should be 15. Yeah, and then north is 14. well, technically east, and then north of that is 13. Yeah, this is 15. So you can actually find Chanseys here, which Chansey is that rare 1% thing that you can never find in red, blue, and yellow in the Safari Zone, and you just wasted time and effort and money, and it was terrible times. Well, here you could actually find it in the wild for 1%, which doesn't make it any easier, really. Chansey is a special wall, and it actually evolves in this game, which is a terrible idea. So, it evolves through happiness, like, say, Golbat, or even Eevee into Espeon and Umbreon. And it evolves into Blissey, which is one of the best special walls to have ever been in the game. It really is that good. If you want to tank a special hit, you throw a Blissey out and you tank 5 more, because there's no way it's going down. Access to Soft Boiled, Seismic Toss, and Blissey can actually hit back with some special attacks if need be. It really is just a great normal wall. It's been good for years, and it's so good when the Eviolite came out in Gen 5, Chansey took its spot back at being better than what Blissey could be, which is just amazing when you think about it. Same thing as like Dusknoir and Dusclops. Dusknoir gets outclassed by Dusclops because the role of tank is more important for it. It's just amazing. It's Zatu. But Chansey is 1%. I think it has a chance of holding the Lucky Egg, which spreads your experience to every one of your team members, so it'll split it 6 ways. I think it gives it a multiplier and then it splits it 6 ways, but I've never used it, so I'm not even gonna lie and say I have. This is dangerous. Where's Melting? This guy has an Alakazam. I will say this, for being low level, you sure know how to evolve your Pokemon, so I'll give you bonus points. But a level advantage and physical defense being weak, Meltank will surely kill you. So with that, we are going to be done. I know we just battled trainers and blah blah, but next time we'll be moving on and hopefully getting to Lavender Town, and then we can do some stuff there. By the way, this music is already hurting my ears, so I'm going to leave, so till then.